right? So the whole proverb, the old African proverb says, if there's no enemy, dishonesty, idleness on the inside of you, then the enemy, the con, the grifter, the doodler, the swindler, the devil, on the outside can have no power on you, right? So you determine, the things that have power over you and the things that do not have power over you, right? You cannot be conquered but from inside, right? You cannot be conquered but from inside. Until you're conquered inside, you can't be conquered outside. But the same also goes, if you cannot win on the inside, you can't win on the outside. The outside is a reflection of what is going on the inside, right? That your mind is the battleground. Whether you lose or win on your mind determines what you get on the outside, right? That's important. And what you're looking for is looking for you. If you're looking for victory, victory is looking for you. If you're looking for enemies, enemies are looking for you. If you're looking for nothing, nothing is looking for you. But guess what? The swindlers are looking for you, right? So what you're feeding is chasing you. If you're feeding your goals, you're feeding your visions, you're feeding your success, if you're feeding a future that you see that is big, that you're pressing towards, that's where your life is going to push towards. There are no accidents in life, right? You harvest what you sow. There are no accidents in life. You harvest what you sow. If you are poor, it's because you sowed the seeds of poverty. If you're rich, it's because you sowed the seed of richness. Whatever it is that you have and you're becoming is the harvest of the seed that you sowed and you're sowing. So it's all in your hands as to, where you are, who you become, whether you become a victim of a grifter, a swindler or not, right? It should be no reflection upon a man's intelligence to be swindled, right? Uh, to be swindled has nothing to do with whether you're intelligent or not. Uh, it just has to do with whether you have street wisdom or not. When someone comes to swindle you, they call on your gentleness. I have a lot of them come around on Facebook and they always say, "How are you? Good morning," all of that. People I don't know from Adam, and they're greeting me as if we know, and it calls on my cordiality, right? I grew up well, so I'm a cordial person. I love people, and I would love to greet you back. I wouldn't be the one to jump on you. The first time I don't know you, I don't know what you're coming or where you're coming. But I've been on social media so long that every one of them is predictable. When they start greeting you, somehow you already know where it's going to end. So from my experience, I have to then deal. My normal self would like to say, "Hey, how are you? How are you? How is this? Be cordial." But from experience, about 99%, if not 100% of those people only do that to ask for something. They're trying to get something out of you. They have money to get data, but they don't have money to feed. They have different stories, all to swindle you, right? And they make it difficult to do good, right? But that's just the act of swindling. They're only doing the Asian act of swindling. They just maybe at a smaller level, but they're swindlers. They're grifters. They're trying to abuse trust. They're going to tell you a funny story that's going to engender your mercy. Oh, I went somewhere to see someone. The person is not in. I don't have transport. Oh, I have not eaten for the last 3 days, but they have money to get data, but they don't have money to eat. Oh, I'm married. I have a small child. I can't feed the child. You check their status, they are single, right? But different people try to con you, and if you're not wise, it's not intelligent. You could be intelligent, but this has to do with being streetwise. This has to do with having experience, right? You will easily fall for this. If you're one that is just uh you know you're trying to impress people, right? Because it's not really sympathy. It's just you thinking about what will people say, right? But life has nothing to do with what people say. If you're gonna do anything, it has to be because you want to do it. It's part of your goal. It's part of your plan. It's part of your vision. I know. I see on social media and different people preach some silly messages that have no bearing, no sense. Try to tell you about what you do with your money. They're crooks themselves, right? When you start doing that, you crook yourself, right? Uh, eh, there are a lot of swindlers out there. What you do with your money is based on the goal you have for yourself. Don't let anybody swindle you of your money. Don't give into something you don't want to give into. First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 3 says that if you give everything that you have and you don't have love, that's nothing. So put your money where your heart is. Put your money where your love is. Know why you're doing it. Don't do it because someone is conning you, someone is swindling you of your money, whether it be in the church, outside the church, at work, or wherever you find yourself. Guide your money because it's your life, right? Hey, that's not you. You don't avoid being swindled because you're intelligent. You avoid being swindled because you're streetwise, right? You're streetwise. You need to gain street wisdom to avoid being swindled, right? So being swindled doesn't mean you're not intelligent. Intelligent people get swindled a whole lot, right? It's streetwise people that know, that can see, through what the swindler is trying to do, right? I lost a lot of money 2008. A lot of people did a lot of intelligent people did, but there were streetwise people that knew that not to put their money in such things as I did. All these pyramid schemes and all of that. But trying to get money quick, trying to get something for nothing. I've been swindled. Doesn't mean I'm not intelligent, just means I wasn't streetwise, right? And I've learned from all of that. Again, it's a decision you have to make before you have the discussion. Recent years, some young people come and say, "Oh, when there was MMM, the 3Ms came. Oh, MMM, if you do this, you do this." I've been beaten once. I didn't even go into that discussion. I already made the decision never to go into such things again. So it's not a matter of how enticing the package is. I don't even consider it, right? I've been beaten once and and I ain't going through it again. I got wisdom, not just intelligence. I don't get carried away by the beauty, beautiful presentation, right? And that's the way to avoid being swindled. Because if you get into that presentation, it always looks nice, right? I'm a farmer and I have people bring presentation. If you do this, you will get this. None of them has worked, right? I've had my lead farmer come in and tell me, "Oh, if you sow this, you do this, you do this." None worked. The presentation always looks beautiful. You have to make your decisions on the things you would do, the things you wouldn't do. As you gain wisdom from life, you need to apply